Guys, this is Wonder Chrissy here. Got my Hooters mug. Got some Java going here. A little strong, but that's what we got. So today I thought I would welcome to Midwest Land Cruiser, and got the Trump train shirt on here today. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that there. There we go. The Orange Man's going to win, guys. I hope so. So if you're not okay with that, that's the way it goes. So today I thought I would do like a simple knowledge series. So today we're going to talk about auto insurers and how much they know about you and what they find out about you, and how that affects you. Just a little background. I worked in the insurance industry for about 14 years. So I don't specialize in some of this information, but at least I am aware of it and know how it all works and how it can come back to haunt you, if that makes sense. Let's get my camera set up here. All right. So today we'll talk about specifically is auto insurers. We'll keep it simple, but this kind of goes across life insurers and homeowner insurers. So you can just kind of extrapolate it out. But so the first thing you do is you fill out an application to any insurance company, and they pretty much determine whether or not they're going to take the risk on you or not. So you've given them your social security number, probably. You've given them your address. You've given them the VIN of your car. And they asked you some information. Have you been insured before, and by who? And have you had any accidents in the last 5-10 years? And how many? And what kind of accident? And you've told them, maybe you forgot about a couple little tickets, and they're going to find out. So in essence, they're going to do a background check on you, pretty much, that probably more exhaustive than what some people can get on the internet today, but pretty much they're going to take that information, your social security number, your address. They're going to find out all sorts of things about you. They're going to go to the socials, or Secretary of Illinois, Secretary of State, and get all your driving records and tickets and all that good juicy stuff. And if you lived in multiple states, they're going to do that in multiple states. So that's the first thing they're going to do. And then, then they're going to validate your car, and maybe they ask you how many miles are on that car. Well, every time you go in for emissions, you know what? They take your mileage down, don't they? Well, the insurance companies pay for information also. Not only are they going to do a background check on you, they're going to go against an industry-wide database that they more likely than not, if they're a decent middle-sized to large-sized insurance company, they participate in a database that contains all sorts of good information, right? It contains information of people that were covered by an insurance company. It contains information of people who were paid claims or filed claims against an insurance company. So they're going to know. They're going to know all about your car, first of all, because the Secretary of State. And if not the Secretary of State, there's a thing called, OnStar, right? A lot of the new cars got OnStar. Well, OnStar is reporting information, and probably more than you think. And in the future is going to be probably reporting how you drive to people. But in the least amount of information, OnStar knows how many miles are on your car. Your VIN number tells them all sorts of information about your car, what size engine it's got, and what kind of safety measures it has, type of airbags, this and that. So that's easy for them, the VIN number. They can dice that up and learn all about your car. So for the most part, insurance companies, say you got a 2012 Chevy Corsica. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but let's just say you had a Chevy Corsica. They're going to have a base rate. Every insurance company is going to have a base rate on what it costs to insure that vehicle for a period of time. And that base rate is influenced by, how expensive the car is and how readily available parts are for it and how easy it is to fix. So they have all that information about every car. So now they got the base rate. So then they're going to start adding on add-ons, okay? So the first thing that they're going to do is look at your zip code. So if you live in a real nice neighborhood where accidents are very rare, they may even reduce your rate a little bit. On the flip side, if you live in a real sketchy area that has lots of accidents because there's just a lot of intersections that are really bad, right? It's not the people that drive that have problems, it's the intersections. So if you live in one of those areas, they're going to ding you a little bit. And that's by zip code. They're also going to look at, how many miles you drive on a year on your car. And that, like I said, that comes from the Secretary of State or OnStar. They can validate that information also. The other thing they'll look at as the drivers, right? How many tickets have you had? So you told them how many tickets you've had and for what in the last couple of years, and they're going to validate that. No doubt about it, guys. They're going to validate that, and they're going to let you know if they find any surprises. So that's the other thing they'll do, and that'll affect your rate. If you've had a lot, they have, they just have upcharges for everything. So maybe they'll grant you one speeding ticket in the last 5 years, but if you've had more than that, you're going to have to pay an add-on. The other thing that they'll look at is, did you have insurance prior coming to them? And what kind of insurance did you have? So a big no-no is if your insurance has lapsed and you just didn't have time to go get insurance, that's going to cost you big time. Because now you're an uninsured person when you come into this new company, and they're going to charge you for that big time. So if on top of that, okay, so say you had insurance. You were good. You were a good citizen. You had insurance and you're coming to them. But it's with what they considered a non-standard insurance company. So say it was Ted and Bill's insurance out of their kitchen company that you were being insured by because they had good rates. Yeah, wink, wink. They're going to charge you extra for having non-standard insurance in the past, and that's going to be an add-on. So as you can see, things start adding up over time, and They just keep adding on things as they find out negative information. So they know, like I said, they know what kind of claims so let's talk about claims. So now a good insurance company, and most of the insurance companies, they are big data. They are pretty much where big data was born. Is the insurance company's been using big data for many, many, many years. The insurance companies are not stupid. I guarantee you that. So these insurance companies, not only do they participate in a huge database, they utilize these big databases to tell them all sorts of information. From like a rating perspective, and also when you file a claim, they're going to make sure that there's no red flags. Like if you had an accident, say you got that Corsica covered by them, and 2 years down the road you got into an accident and you filed a claim, and maybe you were doing something sketchy too, and your boyfriend or something had insurance on that Corsica too, and he was paying some real cheap insurance, and now you're both going to file a claim against two different companies. Well, they're going to find that out pretty quick, and it's going to raise up as a red flag. So there's one example of how they use this database from a claim perspective. So they're going to know. I mean, like I said, they know everything about you. They know where you live. They know who lives around you. They know your FICO score. We didn't touch on that, but that's a big the major driver for your rates. Not only is where you live, but your FICO score. So, that's just the way it is. And people say that's racist or somethingist. But it basically comes down back to your accountability and your reputation, and people who manage their money better have a tendency not to file as many claims. But let's be a little bit honest with you guys that as I worked in the insurance industry, I saw where insurance wasn't being the use of insurance changed. It really did change. Before it was to insure against major catastrophe, right? You got in an accident, your car was totaled, and you wanted to be made whole a little bit. Not so in the last 20 years. The concept of insurance has really changed in the world, and if you talk to people, they look for any type of event to be insured, and they don't want to have to put out any information or any money for anything. So normally people have their home and their car insured by the same company, and they get a discount for that, right? Which is good. Okay, so they get a discount, but be careful there, because if by some reason you get a ticket and someone breaks into your car at the mall and you had an accident, at some point, there's thresholds where after you've reported 3 claims against a company, and it could be for home and auto, they're going to start adding on nasty little charges for you, and you're kind of held captive at that point, because they're also, keep in mind, they got this big database, right, that they share information with everyone in the world that wants to know, and they got you, because now they're reporting that to other companies, and if you were to get all upset because they're charging you extra for this and that, and go off in a huff to another insurance company, we'll call it the better insurance company, and then make an application to get insurance from them. They're going to see that, and they're going to do the same thing that any other good insurance company is going to do. They're going to charge you extra because you've had a claim in the last year or so. So there you go. You're kind of in a catch 22. There's no, people don't realize. I think, I'll just go to another insurance company. Nah, doesn't work that way. Because that other insurance company is going to find out that information, and they are going to charge you extra for it. That's just the reality of the whole thing. So there you go. And insurance companies are real smart. We'll give you a story just of how they, They have all good insurance companies have SIU units. Okay, those are special investigative units. So like I said, the life insurance industry, that's a high ticket or a high claim payoff environment. They're going to know, you see the stuff on TV where guys, marry some lady and then they insure her with 3 different companies for $1 million and then they try to knock her off or do something. That's easy for them, right? That database contains all that information about all those policies and who took them out and for how much and on who. So, that's going to be a red flag if that lady comes up dead for some reason or missing. That's going to raise a little red flag, and they'll probably drag their feet on paying that out, and they'll talk to these other companies, and then they're going to start looking into your background on who actually took these policies out and has this person done this before to another person and so forth and so on. So, the special investigative teams are really good. And I remember from my working days hearing a story about a gentleman who had had home insurance with a company, and he bought his girlfriend or his wife a very expensive diamond ring and had it itemized on his homeowner's insurance. It was like a $40,000 ring, and he had it insured, and lo and behold, something happened 6-9 months after he had his insurance, and the ring went up being lost. The diamond inside it came up missing. Okay, so the insurance company, they okay, well, the guy is insured, he's got it listed on his policy and everything, so we're going to pay off on it. Well, the story goes on again. So this guy goes to a different, after his policy expires, he goes to a different company and he gets a policy, and he tries to do the same thing. 6 months later, he reports that his wife's ring has been missing again. Second insurance company, does a quick search, and because it's a high ticket item, $40,000 ring, that's a big ticket item. They go against the database and they say, hey, well, yeah, this guy just tried this a year ago at a different company and was paid for it. And now he's trying it again. So that sits out at a real big red flag, and they're not going to pay that. In actuality, that's insurance fraud at that point. So they're gonna approach that guy and start asking some difficult questions, and start putting up the heat on him a little bit, and at some point, some of these insurance fraud, I'm not 100% up on the laws of the land in the various states, but you're talking felony real quick. So there's an example where some guy just tried to milk the system for all it's worth. And I know you guys, I know we all know somebody who likes to milk the system, right? They've got the system figured out. They know how to make it work for them, is the tagline. And that goes back to my statement about insurance and how it's become, it is not anymore just to insure you against catastrophe. It's almost become a mechanism to insure us for any type of financial cash outlay in any negative instance. It's a shame because, with homeowners insurance, you see people getting new roofs all the time, right? Their hailstorm comes through, they have the inspectors come out and they get a new roof. The homeowner's happy and, they got their new roof and they didn't really have to pay for it except for their deductible, right? Well, I'm here to tell you it kind of isn't all right, because now that insurance company probably gave 5 people in the same neighborhood a new roof, and that's good. They met their expectations with those policy holders, and they had some type of negative event, so they took care of them. But going back to the rates, just like that 2012 Chevy Corsica has a value, every zip code from a homeowner's perspective has a claim ratio or a claim rate and also a crime rate. So all that information and all the frequency of those claims goes into, zip codes and maybe even sub-zip codes when they establish the rate. So sure, they took care of those 5 homeowners, but what's happening is the rates are going to be driven up. So did you get a free roof? In essence, yeah, you got a free roof, but now you're going to be paying for it for years to come, because now you just bumped up the rates of the insurance company for that zip code, and that's going to be reflected the next year when they establish their new rates and set their premiums that everyone's going to have to be paying. So just a little lesson there on how insurance works, and it all comes back to the old saying, nothing is free in this world. Somebody's paying for it. And when it comes to insurance, that is the concept of insurance. I mean, insurance is about sharing the risk, right? So, if the insurance company's got 10 people that it covers, it's taking premium from those 10 people, and it's hoping that maybe only 1 or 2 of them are going to have an accident over a period of time. And they'll take care of those people, and they make a profit off the other 8 people, in essence. As time goes on, they have more policy holders, and hopefully by picking the people that have good credit histories and are good citizens and live in the good areas and pay their bills and all that good stuff, these insurance companies will try to reduce their claim ratios, and they'll have a whole company full of happy people because, they're paying their premiums. They're not, only when they have a real catastrophe. Whoa, must be Donald Trump calling me again. So that's kind of how the insurance industry works, folks. And I hope that I shed some light on why things are the way that they are. And next time you go to file a claim or get a quote from an insurance company, know that They know you big time. And that's the title of this podcast today. So I hope you can see. In essence, the insurance industry probably knows more about you than you do. And it's with very little information that they can find this out. So, word to the wise, guys. FICO scores matter. Where you live matters. How many times you file claims against people, or if you do lawsuits against everybody. Auto insurers and home insurers and life insurers, they're going to know this information. It's all public record. So they know, and sometimes more so than you, that whether or not you're a good risk or a bad risk, and it's going to come all wrapped up into something called a premium. So, so I hope this knowledge series was something that you guys can take some knowledge out of and utilize in your best interest. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat box below, and we'll be more than happy to respond to those. So we are Land Cruiser Midwest, and yes, we are insured. Yes, we are insured. And we try to not file claims on any regular frequency against our policies, and that is just the way it goes. So like, share, subscribe, and check out our channel. We just pushed up some new videos that'll be coming out on Saturday and next Wednesday. So and we've got a huge volume of videos out there that you guys can look at and enjoy. Our subscriber count is growing every day as folks hear about our channel. So like I said, like, share, subscribe, and send it out to your friends, and hopefully they'll enjoy some of the stuff we're feeding here. It's all about giving your subscribers what they crave, as you'll hear people say on YouTube land. So we're trying to fill the bowl, I guess the bowl of life or the bowl of YouTube, with what it is we think you guys are hungry for. So hopefully this helps you guys understand the insurance industry, and we'll be coming out with some more stories, maybe some storytellings about the IT business. I got some good stories there that probably blow your socks off. But like, share, subscribe. This is Wonder Chrissy from Land Cruiser Midwest, and also check out The Life of Charlie the Cat if you're into funny cat videos. He loves to perform for you guys, and I'm surprised he's not here because he loves podcasts too. But he must be taking a cat nap here in the afternoon. It's 1:52 p.m. Central Standard on October 29th. If I don't hear from you in the meantime, have a great Halloween. And also, hey, next week you got to vote. So say hello to the Donald if you're going to one of the rallies. He's been packing them in here in Wisconsin. We're close to the border, but the Wisconsin border is, or the Wisconsin rallies are packed to the gills. There's a movement among us, just like in 2016, and Hunter's we'll just say laptops matter. So Hunter's laptop is real. All the videos on Hunter's laptop are real. All the emails on Hunter's laptop are real. So consider that when you place your vote. And China's influence is real, and we do not want to be eating Chinese food every day. Once in a while it's okay, but certainly don't want to be eating Chinese every day. So vote for the Orange Man good. We are going to be over and out, and